Well, this is our camp at Daily Waters, World War II airport across there. Been in Daily Waters, had a bit of a look around yesterday, and this camp here on the side of the road, and we're just about to go, and Goog's got no brake lights. Anything coming now?
Yeah, no. Going the other way anyway.
Well, where's the next one? Kathrine.
Yep.
Few signs around. Pink pub, caravan park.
Tea house.
Tea house.
Fuel discounts.
No guarantee that bloody Inaminka's got a decent place either. Just because it's the turn off.
Yeah. 20%. Picture.
It's like a big city. Big pink pub over there, look.
No, there it is, yeah.
Oh, that's the one.
No?
That's the one with the pink.
Yeah, that's the
Thing.
what's his name? Pink Panther.
No, petrol shops.
So, might pull over and crack your thing.
Yeah, but they're not sure about.
Copy, Jack?
Yeah, mate, we just pulled over, swap over the tanks.
Okay.
We are on the road again.
Catch us if you can.
Well, it's another 800 k's now.
How far we got to go?
I don't know, but I've got about 800 worth of fuel in here.
Well, shut up, I haven't.
76.
I had the big tank switched off, so just had to switch her over.
Okay.
Oh, he's got lean on that or what?
We made it into Kathrine. I haven't got any footage coming in because I've been scratching around here for a couple of days trying to find it, and I come to the conclusion that the cards run out. So we booked it into the caravan park. We spent a day here before we could get somebody coming over to look at the batteries. All these three of these caravans still playing up. So we end up getting on to a bloke from Outback Batteries. He come over after hours and had a look for us. So we come to the conclusion that we need a new solar controller. So we took the van over to the shed the next day and mucked around there for quite a few hours with that. Ended up putting a new controller in it. We found out that there was a wire broken, or they put a fuse in the thing that runs from the circuit breaker under the seat up to the solar controller up in the wall, and there was no power going up there. So don't really know what happened there. But yeah, so it wasn't real good. And anyway, we spent a couple of days in Kathrine and mucking around getting permits and fixing these vans, finding coffee shops and whatever. We had to get permits to get into Nullarbor. You got to get a permit to travel in the road, then you got to get a permit to get in there, then you got to get a liquor permit once you get there. And so we spent a day or so just mucking around. Tried to do it all online before we got here, but that's just too much of a mission, so we just get to the gate and do it here. And now we've got to go back down 70 k's, I think it is, back south, and then we turn off to the adventure proper. People that take these crocodiles cheap, taking their life into their hands. This thing's on the floor of the information centre. Have a look at the outline of the boat and the man compared to the size of that lizard. I don't know that you'd want him in your boat. We did get a little bit of sightseeing done while we were here. We drive around town a bit and had a look at these old railway bridges that was built in 1924, and there was water in when they reckon it was 1998. There's water lapping these bridges, and it was the worst flood they ever had, and it's 20 metre flood, and it was 2 metres deep in town. When you go into the information centre where that crocodile mat is, they got a big post thing standing there, and the water was up to the ceiling. And there's a photo of a semi sitting in the street, road train sitting in the street with a load on it, and a car sitting on top of the load, and you can just see the roof of the truck, and the car sitting on top is just out of the water. Something like 2,000 or 3,000 people had to be evacuated out of the place. And this street along here, that was like a couple of 3 metres deep all the way along here. She was a big flood, big cyclone. Les, I think they said, caused it.
Concrete of the hospital. There's the museum.
Just go out here past the hospital, and there's an old crossing down in there, so we'll just go out and have a look at it. And I don't know where it used to go, but it's an old concrete crossing going across the river to somewhere. Nothing on the other side. What's out there?
This is the hospital here, and that's to Kathrine Gorge there.
How far?
26 k's. And you're allowed to take your dogs or cats. This is a national
Camp
park.
out there, but
Yeah. Knox Crossing is up that way. No? Hospital up there. There's Knox Crossing up there. There's Knox Crossing. Pandemic clinic too. Pandemic clinic too. Works on that track. Must be Knox up that way, is it? Knox Crossing. It's the work site up here. So not much here, is there?
all the healthcare workers sitting out there smoking a tree.
That's building there. No camping or sleeping overnight.
Knox Crossing, I don't know what it was. It's just a little crossing across the river down there. I suspect it might have been the original crossing before they built the bridges and that. Doesn't appear to go anywhere on the other side, which is just an old concrete causeway. Sandy bottom sort of a thing. That's water, a fair bit of water in the river. Like you wouldn't be driving across it without the concrete, I wouldn't think. There's Lois taking photos of these, like all them things, herring, something, some sort of ducks anyway. So we're in the Kathrine Cemetery, looking for a headstone amongst all that. The one direction, and back out this other direction. And Goog made a phone call and they couldn't find his grave, so they put the plaque on the wall over here. One of our common ancestors. He'd be my, what is he? Mother's cousin or something. Goog's uncle, I think. Goog's me second cousin. So, yeah. Just as well he made the phone call, we could have been here for a while. But Andy, the council couldn't even find his grave, so they put him on the wall here in this memorial turnout here. We finally got back to the battery shop to pick the van up. We parked down the side of the shed, and Googs is sitting over there getting these batteries worked on too. It turned out later on we found out down the road that it was a fuse in his regulator thing under the bonnet. It was blown fuse in there, wouldn't let the power go back to the van, but the van was coming forward and powering his fridge all the time, so that was running the batteries flat in the van. So anyway, while we were sitting there, Lars found herself a bowerbird's nest and some pretty fowls. Kept her amused for a little while, taking photos and scratching around there. Pretty big old bowerbird too he was. A bowerbird nest anyway. Finally get these things yoked up and get out of here. Last minute fuel stop and a bit of a check over again. Fire check, whatever. Go to the toilet and let's go. What's that? And day 2 in Kathrine, isn't it? Day 2, day 3.
Bloody day, thank you. We've had 2 nights in at the caravan park.
And
Unable to connect.
huh?
Move closer to the product.
Yeah.
So it's no.
We've been all day since 8 o'clock this morning in there at the battery shop getting bloody soul of shit sorted out. And on 2 different caravans, and we're still not 100% right. So now we're just heading out on the road to get out of town.
Just at least get on the road.
Yeah.
Oh, you might like to take, well, I made up a bit of a road.
Oh. Going around the corner, wasn't he?
Yeah.
We're going. So anyway, we're heading for Nullan Boy. Eventually. Another caravan sitting near the electrical shop too, but look at it. Maddie's coming, I don't know where Goog is.
I know. So Kel's got our contact details in Melbourne, plus our booking detail.
We still haven't heard from that dude about the permits, have we?
Yep, that comes through this morning.
Oh.
Well, over there. Well, we're parked over there. Whatever.
So we're even legal now.
We're even legal now, yep.
Let's get out of here. Alright, where are we going next?
I don't know. That way?